we definitely don't want to elevate ourselves when sharing the gospel with others. That's not going to change any hearts. Welcome back to the Share Goodness Show. This is episode 8, How to Share the Gospel Online Without Sounding Preachy. This is a very common thing that I get from many of you, questions on how to preach the gospel without offending, which is something that I've already covered, and also how to do it without sounding too preachy, because we definitely don't want to elevate ourselves when sharing the gospel with others. That's not going to change any hearts. I want to start with the biggest way to share the gospel without sounding preachy is to share to the one. When we are talking to somebody, asking about their beliefs and really listening to them is the best way. But today we're going to talk about how to do it online. And so that's a little bit different, because when you are sharing the gospel online, you're not usually talking to just one person. That is, if you're posting something, maybe you're messaging somebody and that's different. But if you're posting and sharing videos and quotes and whatever else you may be posting, we're talking to several people. And so again, talking to the one and listening, I'm going to say, is the best way to share the gospel without sounding preachy, period. But let's talk about how to do it online. So the first tip that I have for you is to relate gospel teachings to your life. So even though you're talking to many people, you can't really generalize. And so what you can do is offer personal experiences and relating maybe stories from your life to the gospel, or sharing stories from the scriptures to your life, because people can relate to that and they will connect with you and they'll connect with your message. And the next one is to be an example online. What are you posting? What are you commenting? Your actions online as well as in the world don't just reflect you and your family and your everyday teachings, but they reflect the church and they reflect the teachings of the church as well. And my last tip is, as I believe Elder Christofferson said in this last conference, be a sharer, not a sheriff. And Elder Bednar said something very similar a few years ago. He said to declare the gospel, don't defend the gospel. We don't need to defend the gospel. So in other words, share what you believe, declare the truth, but we don't need to be defensive. We don't need to, again, be a sheriff about what we are teaching, because when it comes from the heart, people are going to listen better than when we are defending or taking that kind of off-putting approach. So to summarize, my 3 tips are to relate the gospel to your life. Number 2, to be an example online. And then number 3, share and declare the gospel. So I hope that helps. And I hope that you continue to share the gospel. Don't worry about sounding too preachy. When it comes from the heart, it will sound sincere. I can't wait for you to tune in to the next episode. No time to share the gospel online. How to be a 60-second missionary. Can't wait to see you there.